Deer hunt 9 days after 3 heart stents. William Hovey Smith, 2016. I am the author of Crossbow Hunting, and here I shoot a deer following having 3 heart stents installed and find I have to change my hunting and deer processing methods.
This is Hovey Smith with Hovey's Outdoor Adventures, and this is a result of our first crossbow kill of the year. And this is a small buck, and he's an urban deer. He was killed less than a mile of where we stand in Sandersville, Georgia, and taken with crossbow. And being clean right now, he was shot at about 20 yards with the crossbow. This is a 165-pound bull bow, and the arrow went cleanly through the animal, through both lungs. He ran about 100 yards and then went down, and I and a fellow I happened to meet helped me drag it out. Because I just had 3 heart stents put in about 8 days ago. So that's the reason I'm paying to have it processed. I just wasn't able to quite do it this year, not this time, not this quick, and not quite that much work. But when I need help, at my age, you know what? I'm going to get it.
Prognostication of the shot looks good. We've got a good blood trail sort of taking off in that direction. So we're going to follow up and see if we can find it. I've hung my first flag here. I see blood beneath it, and you can see a well-defined trail going through this thick stuff. Once we get through here, across this little ditch, the woods open up beyond. Well, here is a buck. He's my crossbow buck. He's a yearling. I just found it. I didn't have to get the dogs to do it this time. But he went about, 100 yards. Now it's getting to be about 80 degrees now, and the flies are getting on the carcass, so I need to get it out of here. So I'm going to go ahead and take the rest of my stuff out and then come back and drag the deer and get it back on the truck and all this kind of good stuff.
This is David Storch, whom I drafted to help me drag out that deer. Now you'll notice on this picture of that deer, there is a little bit of horn sticking out on that side that lies quite flat to the head. And frankly, I did not see it as I shot that deer. What I saw was the other side of the head, which showed just a bare stub above the skin. So I shot it and reported it as a button buck. Now that is arguable. Is it a spike or is it a button buck? At any rate, it is a cull deer, and so that's why I shot that deer, besides removing it from an urban deer population to prevent a potential automobile deer collision, which quite frequently happens around that particular piece of property.
That was quite an exit hole for that broadhead.
Yeah.
That's a Grim Reaper head down the way here.
Grim Reaper? Yeah.
Yeah, they do good work. I like it.
Never shot one, but I heard they did really good.
Well, that's a result.
This photo shows the entrance and exit hole. The entrance hole is on the other side, and the exit hole is on the near side. Now, the processor did remove more material around that wound just to get rid of the bloodshot meat and bone, but nonetheless, that was a wicked wound.
Well, you can see where the broadhead comes through the lung.
Yeah, it's
Matter of fact, I want to get a picture of that. That is a great cut.
This is a shot where the limbs of that Grim Reaper broadhead cut through the lungs.
Well, this is the windup of our successful archery hunt today, which happened to be the last day of Georgia's archery season, and tomorrow morning we start with muzzleloading. So we were able to get a deer. And this was 9 days after I had 3 stents placed in my heart. As a matter of fact, one of them was in this blood vessel and in 2 smaller ones down here, one of which had 98% blockage. Getting pretty serious. Well, what I found out on this hunt was that didn't quite have the stamina to do everything I would usually do. I had the good sense to go out and seek some help and get it, to drag my deer out. Got the deer back to the house, was about to hang it up, and just flat ran out of steam. Just didn't have the energy to go through the processing, putting up, etc., 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 that I would usually do. So I took it down to some good friends who do deer processing, and as you saw, photographed a little bit of that. But I'll take care of the heart and liver myself. Now about the arrow, we did recover it. And the shaft is just fine. And these Grim Reaper points may be rebuilt and reused. And in fact, I will. So these are going to be examined, the blades resharpened, the points disassembled, cleaned, and reassembled. Because this had really a good effect on that deer. You'll see a picture of the lungs as it passed through. These long cutting blades are really, really quite destructive. Even so, the deer ran about 100 yards. Woof, even though it hit solidly through the lungs. Well, such things happen. I didn't have to get my dogs. I could follow the blood trail. But, so they missed out on tracking this one. So now, we clean up our arrow, we get it ready, we put our crossbow cleaned and away for next season. We get out our muzzleloading gun, and we go out in the morning and do it again.
This is a dirty broadhead as it was recovered, and the Grim Reaper disassembled into components. And now, after being washed and cleaned and reassembled, ready to return for use.
But now, this is Hovey Smith, reminding you to hunt what you eat and eat what you hunt. Be legal, be ethical, be safe, goodbye, God bless, and see you next time.
As the author of Crossbow Hunting, I've hunted with a large variety of crossbows and taken a number of deer and other game. And following are some pictures of some of the things I've killed. This is among the first deer I shot. Here is one from Ossabaw Island. Here is another one taken from the same plot of ground I just hunted. An Idaho bear. A smallish alligator taken from Georgia, and a larger alligator taken also from Georgia, a turkey taken in Texas, and a Georgia turkey taken with a primitive crossbow made by Watson from Austin, Texas. Now, besides crossbow hunting, I have other outdoor books such as Backyard Deer Hunting and Extreme Muzzleloading. I also have some business books such as Ideas for New Businesses on how to start your own million or billion-dollar business. And here's a little blurb about me and about the book. Now, the crossbow used was a Parker Tornado, which is a 165-pound pull crossbow and is very effective. Now, the Grim Reaper point is an unusual one with extra long cutting blades. These work very well on smallish Georgia deer and hogs. Good hunting and good eating from the outdoors. Goodbye and God bless.